Hey man, you gotta stop showing up in my feelings,
What?
bro. I can't do this with you all the time. I'm Prince Sua.
Do you see
I'm
this?
Prince.
I'm a
Sua.
G man. You shut
Get
up.
don't. I'm Prince Sua. I'm Prince Sua. Hello world, and welcome to another episode on the Prince Sua Experience. It is yours truly, Prince Sua. Today we're going to be covering what it feels like to look at yourself in the mirror, to start that self-work process, to start that self-development process. And I got a little clip to show you of something that could give you a perfect illustration of what the typical person would go through. Stay tuned. So in this clip that I'm going to show you, it basically is encompassing what I believe myself and a majority of people had to go through when it comes to starting that process of reviewing who you are and seeing who you are. Now, a major aspect of self-love and self-development is self. That's the main thing. When you understand that self is the main ingredient to having to bring this whole thing together, that's when you can start. The only thing is we have this thing called ego. Now, ego, it's a term that's utilized to express a whole subconscious defense mechanism to who you are that basically protects you, that keeps you from being hurt, that keeps your mind from going into places that you are not fully ready to engage with. Another term for ego that was coined by a doctor, I don't remember this guy's name, but ego, E-G-O, E-G-O. Ego was edge got out. Think about that. Edge got out. So ego basically gets in the way to prevent you from taking that risk. Ego says you're okay, you're fine. Ego says there's no need to take a risk. Why? You're good right where you're at. Ego says don't worry, just stay there and stay in your comfort zone. You're good. Why do you have to do anything? Ego says grab the newest car, get the newest girl, or get a guy who's cool, or get a girl who has this, or get a guy who has this, or get a house that's this big. Ego. Ego is something that is feeding a false sense of self. But ego's there to protect you. It keeps people alive. There is an evolutionary reason behind ego. So another topic. So I'm going to show you a video and enjoy, and we'll talk about it right now.
Hey man, you know, mental health is a big thing, but it's hard for people to really understand what we're talking about because a lot of people aren't used to this in society. A lot of people aren't used to talking about mental health. Look at us, you know. I had no idea that I had something as simple as social anxiety when it came to going out. Are you listening to me?
So to give you that quick, brief definition, ego is essentially there to protect you, and a lot of people will deal with this. When you start that self-love work, ego will get in the way and say, there's nothing that you have to do. I've been there, done that. I know everything already. It's not. You have to be able to break the differences down, to see past the ego, to remove the ego, to shrink it to the point where it's not relevant. So you can learn that if you are taking risk from a place of power, if you are living your life and taking accountability and be responsible for who you are from your own place of power, that's what helps you to skyrocket your life. Ego is a protection mechanism. Ego is there to defend you from getting hurt. So ego is not a bad thing, but ego can interfere with your growth in life. And if you want to develop, ego is going to stand up really hard and say, nope, you are fine. There's nothing for you to change. Stop trying to change me. It's not us that have to change. It's the world that has to change. Why do I have to love I love myself. The world needs to love itself. That's ego. When you can understand that we are all on the same playing field together. We are all trying to develop, and we are each responsible for our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. that's when you can take it to the next level. This is Prince Sua, and as always, power to you. See you guys in the next episode. The Prince Sua Experience.